And it's all about you have a queue more or less of something to do, and there's a constraint, and the idea is not to overload and underload the constraint. That's the core of essential flow. And I think 6-7 years around that ago, we found a way to implement this flow in a 4,500 developer software company, with 120 teams and stuff around that. So
Well, from in the big blue ocean, there's something new drifting, and it's called essential flow. Can you tell me something about that?
okay, essential flow. That's interesting to explain, and the history to explain. We are supporting companies since years, 10, 15 years, something around that, over 30 companies, and it's not always easy to reach all these four flows. You have to change a lot. You have to get rid of a lot of assumptions and stuff like this. And we searched, and that are hurdles. There are many hurdles for companies to really step and dive into the blue ocean and jump in. And therefore, we searched since long for an easy way to jump in. So maybe just put the toe into the water, and then, oh, that's feeling nice, and then stepping more into it. So essential flow is, out of our perspective, the most easiest way to get into the water, get into the first steps of flow, and then hopefully to want more, and step by step generate more flow. Therefore it's called essential, because it's the core of the flow.
To get more people in the blue ocean, that's a great mission.
Yeah.
So is essential flow something that is fixed, or is it still in development?
The core, it's fixed. So the core of essential flow is it's ideas that are 20 years old, and it's all about you have a queue more or less of something to do, and there's a constraint, and the idea is not to overload and underload the constraint. That's the core of essential flow. And I think 6-7 years around that ago, we found a way to implement this flow in a 4,500 developer software company, with 120 teams and stuff around that. So there are clear ideas how to manage this flow, and that's a core. You can't get flow without knowing your constraint and knowing how to deal with it. Not underload, not overload. So that's a core, and I think that cannot be changed. So that's it. What came on top in the last weeks and month, and thanks to you and the others who are dealing with that, is to make it practical. Find formats like this. How to transport the idea to the people, how to make it easy with tools, how to convince people, how to bring it online. That's the second part. I think there is already a lot of freedom, and we are talking every day about what is a good format, how it can easily be absorbed by the people, how can they use it very fast so they get results positives to get the next steps. So we are talking about boot camps and challengings and master classes and stuff like this. So there's a lot of freedom in, and hopefully, and we get a lot of feedback what we can improve to make this even better. And the next step, that's a little outlook. Currently, Essential Flow is designed for project organizations that have to deal with more or less equal projects and stuff like this. But the project is a keyword in this. And we see more and more companies really adapting the ideas of value streams and agile teams working in value streams. And these organizations also need flow. and very often they do not know how to deal with this. So one possible idea is to adapt this essential flow, for example, to help save methodology to get a streamlined flow. So that are the two areas where it can improve the way how to learn and how to implement it, and the other way is to use the same idea in different areas.
That's so great, and I especially love the flexibility because I strongly believe there's no one-fits-all solution because you first need to understand the problem. But there are general rules that might apply to every case, so it's perfect.
Yeah, and these rules are very, very important to understand, and that's part of the essential flow. So in the end, there are two laws, Galbraith's law and Little's law, you really have to understand. And if you know them, you can transfer these ideas to any kind of problem you have.
To round it up, Wolfram, if you have more or less 3 sentences to explain essential flow, how would that explanation be?
Yeah, and the core of essential flow is a control method, a steering method, a management idea, the smallest possible to generate flow. That's a core. The second thing is what I already told. It focuses on the constraint. So first is find the constraint, get some information before and after, and you're able to show your customer due dates and ensure them. And the third part is it's already learning built in. So there are signalings that show if you're not in flow, and if you take them and learn, then you will ever increase your flow.
Wonderful. And if I want to know more, where can I find more about that?
Yeah, that's easy. The essential-flow.world. There you find more. There you find also, I think, links for our sessions, and we set up a very cool way of learning it. So there are boot camps, there are challenges and master classes. So it's not a big issue to start with. You can easily jump in, put your toe in the water and learn how to swim.